Okay. Here we are learning web UI. So under this, yesterday and day before yesterday, I conducted this demonstration. So here HTML 4 and 5, second CSS 2 and 3, third one is JavaScript. Here fourth one here it is jQuery. Fifth one here it is Ajax. Sixth one responsive design. Here seventh one will be here Ajax. Responsive design, bootstrap. Here, eighth one will be lessons as. Here, ninth one is project. 10th one is here exam. Here, duration of my content will be here 2 months. Next 2 months, I'm going to continue on all these topics. Yeah, here we are in web UI. UI means user interface. How to create this user interactive page. How to develop our application. We will learn it in this session. So this session timing regularly it will be 8:30 to 9:30 for regular days. So today I'm continuing at 8 p.m. Here, yesterday and day before yesterday, I have conducted demo. In that, I explained what is UI and what is the use of each topic. And Monday to Friday, it is my topic sessions. Saturdays, I'll continue on. One Saturday project session, one Saturday exam. Like that, I'll continue. Here, I'll give you brief about that, what I conducted. And today's my plan is here. I'm going to show you installation procedure of VS Code, Visual Studio Code into our system. How to install Visual Studio Code into our system and how to write our first program. Generally, I will cover in today's session. Here, UI means here, web UI means here. Whatever the URL you are entering here, that URL, whatever URL you are entering here, that URL will related output, you will get it. Here, within few seconds, you will get the. Here, once you enter URL for your application, you can see here that Google homepage and one search option. Here, once you enter the search option here, your data will be redirected to server. Here, once you enter search option here, your data will be redirected to server, server connected to database. Here, every time input will connect to server, server connected to database, database back to server, server will give you a resultant page for us. This will follow MVC architecture. Starting page is a UI page and resultant page is also a UI page. This is UI programming. This is server side programming. This server here, PHP, Java, .NET, Python, all comes under server-side programs. Databases are here. MySQL, SQL Server, MongoDB, here MongoDB, etc. All comes under databases. So every time front end will be connected to server, server connected to database. This is totally MVC architecture, model view controller architecture. In this first topic is here HTML. 3 team of developers will work for one single application here. This is UI. In this, here you can see here in this web UI programming. So our first topic here it is HTML. HTML here it is a hypertext markup language. It mainly creates basic skeleton part of the web page. Basic skeleton part of web page. Basic skeleton part of the web page is by HTML. Second one here CSS. CSS it will give you, it is a cascading style sheet. It always give you style part of the application. Style part of the web page we can create it with this CSS. Style, not only style part, we can create alignment of web page. Complete alignment of the web page we can create it with this CSS. Then third topic of our content here, JavaScript. Here JavaScript. it will add it here, functionality of a web page. Functionality of a web page is by JavaScript. Here you can find it, validations, cookie creations, local storages, session storages, here, etc., etc. You will learn it under this. Here, each topic, just brief information I'm giving what I covered yesterday. Here, in the fourth topic, this is jQuery. jQuery is nothing but it's an external library. It's an external library of JavaScript. JavaScript only, but it is a ready-made file external library. Here you will find the jQuery 3.7.1.js. Here, like this, you can find jQuery UI.js. Like this, you can find some jQuery related files. With that, you can develop your application. Next one, fifth one, here it is, Ajax. Ajax, here it is a asynchronous JavaScript and XML. This is what here, asynchronous JavaScript and XML. It is a combination of JavaScript and XML. Client will send the request to server. Server has to give the response. So in this time, without redirection or without refreshment. Here, without refreshing. Client is sending the request to server. Server has to give the response without redirection, without refreshment. If you get output, that you can understand under Ajax. Mainly chatting applications comes under Ajax. Then sixth topic of my content here, it is responsive design. In this responsive design time, you will understand here how to develop our application for mobile, tablet, desktop, etc., etc. In future, any other device comes. In all devices, how to show your output, that you will understand under responsive design. Then seventh one here, it is lessons as. It's a linear style sheet and syntactically awesome style sheet. It is a super set of CSS. CSS only, but something extra in CSS. It is a super set of CSS. Then eighth one will be here. Here, Bootstrap. Bootstrap, just it is a framework. It's a ready-made architecture and it is a framework. It's a framework of, here itself, it's a framework of HTML, CSS, JavaScript. HTML, CSS, JavaScript framework only, we call it as Bootstrap. Like this, we have all our applications. So we can easily develop our application with all this. Here we are learning here how to use HTML, CSS, JavaScript, all these things you can find it. Here this time what we are doing here, HTML is creating basic skeleton for a web page, CSS for alignment and colorful structure, JavaScript is for functionality, jQuery is for external library of JavaScript, and here Ajax is asynchronous JavaScript and XML. Asynchronous means without redirection, without refreshment, you will get output. And responsive design, how to make your application as responsive. Lessons as it is a superset of CSS. Bootstrap is a ready, it's a framework. So these all we will learn it under our programming part. So next here now I'll start here how to start our HTML programs. HTML, first topic, HTML programs, HTML4. To write our programs, so we have to use one IDE. Before starting this, we have to use one IDE. Before this IDE, we used Notepad to write our program. To execute our program, we used browser. We used Notepad and we used browser. With that, we executed our application. IDE here, it is a integrated development environment. It's an integrated development environment. Here, it is what here IDE. In this IDE, you can find here. In this IDE, you can find VS Code is one IDE. NetBeans, here Autumn, brackets, here IntelliJ, Eclipse, here etc. all comes under IDEs for our programming. You can write your program by using any one of the IDE from the given list. Okay. So for this, just go to the Google. Here we are not writing our programs in Notepad. We are using IDE. Everywhere we are using IDE. Java side, Java IDE, .NET side, .NET IDE, and UI side, VS Code. Google, search for VS Code. You can find this vscode.exe, vscode.exe file. You can find this exe file. If you double click on it, see, here go to the downloads. So first search for VS Code. Here, search for VS Code here. You will redirect to code.visualstudio.com. This is, once you click download option, you can see under download VS Code setup. Once you double click on it, here setup file, you can find it. From this setup file, once you double click on it, here you can find it here, that execution. Once you double click on it, see here setup file. Here agree terms and condition. Just click on next button. Whatever you want icon, select it. Next button and install. I already installed. Okay. So some couple of next buttons. Once you double click on it, it will show you agree terms and condition, next button. After that, some selection, next button. After this, you can find install button. Once you click on it, it will be installed in our system. Once it is installed in our system, go to the start button, search for VS Code, then it will be opened into our system. After opening, here only you can search for VS Code, just enter. By that, VS Code will be come into our workspace. Here VS Code will come into our system. Here once it is opened, then you can find here once this VS Code is opened, you can find it here file, open folder option will be there. File, open folder. See, I'm creating one new folder for our programming. That is here 8 p.m. 8 p.m. folder I'm creating for our batch. Just select that folder. Here select. By this 8 p.m. folder will come like this. Now you can find it here two folders. One is new file, another one new folder. So just I'm selecting new folder. So for our HTML4. For HTML4, I'm creating new folder. Under this new folder, I'm creating our 1.html program. See, I'm opening VS Code, file, open folder will be there. Under this, I created, say 8 p.m. folder. Under this, I created HTML4 folder. Under this, I created 1.html program. Okay, so in that 1.html program, here in this 1.html program, we can write it here. It is doc type, HTML, HTML start and close. Here only you can find it here, head start and close and body start. Head and body tag you can show for our program. Okay, head and body you can find it. Inside this head section, generally we'll write script tag for writing JavaScript code. Style tag, we use it here for writing CSS. Script tag, we are writing here for writing JavaScript code. Here, style tag, we use it here for writing CSS. Here, script tag and then style tag, we use it here for writing this. Next, inside the body tag, here, inside the body tag, what all the tags will write it here, that is HTML4 tags, HTML tags. Generally, we will write it here, HTML tags. Inside the HTML page, we will write it here, all HTML tags. So now, yeah, it is okay for front-end developer. If you want to be a front-end developer, this content is enough. Along with that, you have to go for one framework, Angular or React if you complete it. So present is a React. If you complete the React, then you can hold as a front-end developer. Okay. Here we can write that basic code of HTML will be here. Here doc type HTML, HTML start and close, head start and close, and body start and close. Under this head section, style tag I'm using here for writing CSS. Here script tag I'm using here for writing JavaScript. Okay. Under this body, I'm writing here welcome to HTML. Now I wrote my program. To execute my program, what I have to do? Check it. See, to execute this program, go to the extensions. Here I'm going for extensions. Then search for here live server. Just search for live server. Once you search for live server, you can find this live server. Here, like this, you will find one install button here. I already installed, so that's why it is uninstall button. Here, we are going to the, after writing this program, we are going to the VS Code, where our 1.html program. Under this, we are right click on this program. Here you can find, sorry, go to the VS Code. Here we are going for extensions. Under this extensions, search for live server. Under this live server, here search for extension, search for live server. Here, then click on install button. Here, once you click on install button, it will be installed in our system. Once it is installed, go to the VS Code, go to the extensions. Under the, sorry, go to the VS Code, go for our 1.html program. Once you right click on it, you can find it here, open with live server. You can find open with live server. So go to the program. Here, go to the program, right click, open with live server. So by that, your program automatically opened in the live server. Your program automatically opens in live server. See here. This is the way program will get executed. Here, this way only you can see that execution of the program. Here open with live server. By that, your program will be opened in the live server like this. Okay. After opening this program, here we are opening our program with a live server like this. Next, here under this HTML 4, here first days I'll go for HTML4. First few days, after that HTML5. Okay. Here HTML is a hypertext markup language. Here markup means it is a tag-based programming. Tag-based programming. Here under this tag is nothing but instruction to browser. We can give all our instructions to the browser in the form of tags. These tags are here. Two types of tags we have. Two types of tags we have. So one is paid tag. Second one is here unpaid tag. Two types of tags we have. One is paid, another one unpaid. Okay. So basically HTML will be with the two types of tags. One is paid, another one unpaid. Here that paid tag, see here one is paid tag. So that paid tag always starts here, tag name, and always will close it here like this. Here example for this, HTML start and close, head start and close, style start and close, script start and close. Here like this, if you write it here, all comes under paid tags. Here only we can write it here. Second category here it is unpaid tags. Unpaid tags, here syntax will be tag name, Here itself will close it. This is unpaired tag. Example for this, image SRC for images, VR tag for break line, HR tag for horizontal line, then input element, input type text is used to display text box. Here it is a self-closing tag. Here it is separate tag. This is paired tag. This is unpaired tag. Two types of tags we have. Here one is paired tag, another one is unpaired tag, like this. In this pair and unpair, here that starting tag, ending tag, if you write it, it is a pair tag. If you write the self-closing tag, it is unpaired tag. Here, next one, here implementation part. Inside this, I'm writing here H1 to H6. Here, body tag is a pair tag, head tag is a pair tag, script tag is a pair tag. Like this, heading tag, heading 1, I'm writing here. This is what here, one heading tag. H1 to H6. Here, H1 to H6, we use it as all our heading tags. Heading tags, we use it here to display the heading of the web page. See here, H1 tag. Similar way, you can see here H1 to H6. H1, H2, H3, H4, H5. And followed by H6. Here, H1 to H6, all heading tags. See here, this is H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. Then paragraph is used to display paragraph content, lorem 20. Lorem is a keyword to display the paragraph content. Paragraph tag here, it is used to display paragraph content for our application. P tag, here, P tag, we use it here. Here, P tag, we use it here for displaying paragraph content for our program. Here, we are displaying here P tag, we use to display paragraph content. Next one, here you can see here div tag is used to display division of the web page. Here, same way, HR tag for horizontal line. Then input type text is used to display text box. Input type equal to text is used to display text box. Here, BR tag for break line. Then input type equal to password or input type password. By that it will display one password box and image SRC. If you have the image in the same location, you can use like this. Image SRC, if the image is in the URL, suppose if you search for any images here, you can search for that images. You can find the image here, right click, inspect element, copy image address. I copied the image address, I pasted here. So by that also I can display that image. Another way, any location of my local path I can display. Here, local path of my location of the local path of my system's image I can display. Here, if I copy that 8 p.m. here HTML4. If I have any image here, see I have 1.jpg, Control C copy, then here paste it. See this is 1.jpg, you can display. Here I'm going to copy that address, Control C copy. By that also I can display that image. Here /1.jpg. See, now execute the program, right click, open with live server. See here, I'm able to display bigger size heading to smaller size headings. All are H1 to H6. Paragraph tag, dummy content of the paragraph, you can generate it by lorem keyword. Lorem 10. So by that 10 words of paragraph. Here div tag and one horizontal line and one text box and one image tag and one password box. This is text box and this is password box. Okay, and if you go down here, very bigger size image here. So very big image it is. So you can write it here, that URL of that image. Along with that, I can fix width and height. Width 100 pixel, height 100 pixel. And ALT, if the image not available, that ALT will be displayed. ALT means alternative text. Here, alternative text. See, it is not displaying the third image. See, third image, if you write ALT here, ALT here, it will display here flower image. So flower image, it is displaying like this. This is one category of tags. These all comes under pair tags. I'm explaining here pair and unpair, two categories of tags. Here pair tags is used to display self-closing tags. Self-closing tags all are unpaired tags, and pair tags are here. The tag will be closed here. Self-closing tag is an unpaired tag. Under this, all examples are here. Input type text, password, image, images here, width and height, and div tag, horizontal line. These all we can display for our program by using all headings. H1 to H6 heading, paragraph, div tag, HR tag, input element, BR tag, all we can display for our program by this heading tags. Okay, here script tag, style tag, everything we can display for our program. This way only we can display our output. Here, this is all about the images, buttons, radio button, checkbox, all we can display for our program. Next, we are going for one more one here. One more category of tags we have. Up to now, is it clear? For you, Taslima and Ismail Sheikh. Up to now, what I covered, is it clear to you? Shall I go for one more program? Ismail. Taslim. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So one more category of tags we have. That is what here. One more classification of the tags. So here, that is here, block and inline elements. Here, block and inline elements we have here. So block and inline elements. Block elements are here. So whichever the tag always starts in a new line of the web page, it is a block element. Second one here, it is inline elements. It always starts in the continue in the same line. Here, these elements are nothing but tags. Here, this tags always starts in new line of web page. It always starts in a new line of the web page. That is block elements. Here, next second one here, it is inline elements. Here, it will continue with the same line of the web page. Here, continue with same line of web page. It always continue with the same line of the web page. We call it as inline elements. Here we have two category of tags we have. One is block elements, another one inline elements. Here that list of block elements are here. So what all comes under block elements, you can check. Example here, H1 to H6. H1 tag, H2 tag, all these all starts in a new line of the web page. Here, if you check it here, paragraph always starts in a new line. Div tag also always starts in a new line. Here, table tag also starts in a new line. It may be paired tag, it may be unpaired tag, but this always starts in a new line of the web page. Here, this list of elements always starts in a new line of the web page. Here, that one only we call it as block elements. Here, block elements are nothing but the list of elements, whatever tags we have here, those all starts in a new line of the web page. Here, new line of the web page, that one only we call it as block elements. Here, table tag, etc. all comes under block elements. For all these tags, by default, the CSS property will be here, display block. Display block is the CSS property for this block elements. Then second category of tags are here inline elements. This is all about the block elements. And inline elements here, it will always continue with the same line of the web page. Here it always continue with the same line of the web page. It is inline elements. Example for this inline elements are here. Here I tag and EM tag. Both are used to display italic content. Here itself, italic content. Here B tag and strong tag. Both are used to display bold content for us. B tag and strong tag is used to display bold content for our application. Next one, here only you can check. Big tag is used to display bigger size content for us. Bigger size content. Here small tag is used to display smaller size content. Here itself it is a smaller size content. Similar way, you can check it here. Here U tag is used to display underlined content. It is for underlined content. Here mark tag background highlighting of content. This is mainly for highlighting of content. Then strike tag is used to display strikeout content. Here and del tag is also used to display strikeout content. Okay, both are used to display strikeout content. And the span tag also used to display highlighting of content. Here span also mainly used for highlighting of content. Okay. Next one here. Strike tag, del tag, and then embed tag is also an inline element. It is for videos. MP3, MP4 videos, if we can write it with this embed tag. Here image SRC is also here inline element. How many images you'll write? All images will come in the same line. And input element, input type text, input type button, input type radio, all are comes under inline elements. Anchor tag is also comes under inline elements. So we have two categories of tags we have. One is block elements, another one inline elements. Every tag has its own CSS property. Because of that only it is displaying output like this. Okay, here it is block and inline elements. I'm explaining here in this. Block elements and inline elements, how to write it. I already explained in one program. I'll show you that. Here at 8:30 p.m. start. Here it is all about the block elements and inline elements. See here. H1 to H6, paragraph, div tag. Up to this, all are HR tag. Up to HR tag, all comes under block elements. Inline elements are here. I tag, strong tag, B tag, U tag, strike tag, span, mark, small, big, image tag, anchor tag, embed tag, all comes under here. All comes under inline elements. Now right click, open with live server. By this, you can see that execution of the code here. See, here, these always starts in a new line. When you right click, inspect element on this, see here, H1 to H6. H1, H2, H3, H4 up to H6 and paragraph and div tag. All are block elements. Why? Because it is display block. Here HR tag also display block. Then I tag. Here if you check it here, I tag, EM tag. See here, I tag for italic content, EM tag for italic content, strong content, bold content, underline content, all will display like this. Here, if you write I tag here, I tag for italic content, EM tag also for italic. Here, strong content, bold content, underline content, Here strike content, del content, span tag content, mark tag content. See here, CSS. I for font style italic, EM for font style italic, strong, font weight bold, here font weight bold, U for text decoration underline, strike, text decoration line through, del, text decoration line through, span, here span tag content, here mark, highlighting of content, small, font size smaller, bigger size content, image tag, and anchor tag, embed tag. Embed tag, internally it is converting into video. See here, how many images I'll write? All images will come in the same line only. Same line actually. Depends on the size of the screen. All will come in the same line of the web page. And this is one video tag. Here, embed tag. If you open this embed tag, you can see some code here. This is here, doc type HTML. Under this HTML, see generated code you can see here. Head and body, hash document. This total code is because of embed tag. I wrote only embed tag, but it is generated here, head, body, and video followed by controls. Here under this video tag, here source tag. This is all by video and source address. Here, this is by video tag. We are using here to display video tag. We are using here video tag to display this videos. Video for our program, we can display by using video tag. Yeah, this is totally about the video for our application. Here document, here embed tag, all will display like this. Yeah, here this way only we can execute our program. Embed tag for videos, images all will be like this. Big tag, small tag, strike tag, mark tag, all will display for our program like this. Here this is totally about the block and inline elements. Block elements and inline elements for our program will be like this. Here block elements and inline elements for our program will be like this. Now you can see that here that block elements whatever we have here that always starts in a new line. Inline elements will continue in the previous line. Here in this one of the block element. Here in this one of the block element here it is mark you tag. Here mark you is one tag is used to display here scrolling content. One more one separately I'll explain this. This is also a block element, but whatever content you will write it here, it will show you scrolling content for us. Right to left, left to right, it will show you scrolling content for us by using this mark you. If you write it here direction, you can write it here direction up, direction down, here up, down, right, left. So these all any one direction, you can write your direction for displaying the mark you tag content. Mark you, it always use it here, left and right, up and down, direction of content, we can show to the user by using this mark you. Here, next one, after this, here mark you, we can write only for the left and right direction. Only for the left and right direction. One more property here. Only for left direction or a right direction. For this, we can write it here, behavior alternate. Here, behavior alternate. So because of that, it will show you in between the screen. Bouncing effect. Once it touched the left end point, it will bounce back and scroll it. Once it touched the right end point, it will bounce back. So that type of alternatively bouncing effect, it will show with this mark. And for all the directions, we can write scroll amount. Scroll amount, if you write 200, very fast scrolling, it will show. If you write that scrolling 10 to 2, slow scrolling, it will show. Slow and fast, that depends on that number what you are writing. That is about the mark you. See here, mark you is one tag. See, doc type HTML head and body. In this, mark you is one tag. I'm writing flash news. Here, mark you, direction, behavior alternate. See, behavior alternate is one tag. By that, I can show you alternate direction of that behavior and that scroll amount. See, without writing direction, with writing left direction, right direction, up direction, down direction. So now run this program through live server. See, here one content is slowly coming, and see here one content is very fast in between the screen. Second content. See here in between the screen. Once touched the end point, it is going back. Once touched the end point, it is going back. Here, this one, third one is also once touched the end point, it is going back. Here, but slowly it is displaying. First one is default marquee tag. Second one is here direction. Second one here direction left and behavior alternate and scroll amount. If I don't write the scroll amount here, suppose if I write scroll amount is 5. See that second one, see first one it is going inside of the screen. That scrolling will go inside of the screen. Once it is completely go inside of my screen, then another one will come from the right side. See here, see that completely it is gone to the left side and started from right side. But the second and third, it is behavior alternate. Because of that, it will show you alternate direction of that scrolling content. Alternative direction of that scrolling content, it will show for us. Here, once it touched the left end point and right end point, it will come back and it will show that bouncing effect. Here, this flash news, once it touched the left end point, it will bounce back. See here, bounce back. Left and right. And up and down, see here, one scrolling is up direction, one scrolling is down direction. In between the marquee tag, I used image tag. In between marquee tag, direction up, and I'm writing scroll amount. If I write the slow scrolling here, suppose if I write 200 scrolling here, see, very fast movement up direction. Very fast movement of up direction will be like this. This is about the up direction. Here, if you don't, only it is going up direction. Slowly it is going in up direction like this. This is here marquee. Because of marquee only it is showing. Because of this marquee tag only it is showing this type of scrolling for us. Here it is about the 3 programs. One is pair and unpair tags. Second, block and inline elements. Third, marquee tag. Then fourth, I'm going for the fourth program here. Here, marquee tag we completed. Here we completed marquee tag here. So today's program here, it is on one of the block element. Under this block element only, one more block element here. That is UL and OL tag. UL is for unordered list, OL is for ordered list. How to display unordered list, ordered list. Unordered list. UL tag I'm using here. Under this UL tag, you can find it here, list elements. How many list elements we wanted, those many list elements we can show for our program. Okay. Here you can see that here item 1, 2, 3, 4. How many items we wanted, those many items we can show for our program. This is possible by item 1, 2, 3. Here this is by UL tag. And similar way, ordered list. This ordered list will be here with the OL tag. Here OL tag. Under this OL tag, so you can write it here, all your list elements, LI. Here, how many list elements we wanted, those many list elements we can show for our program. Here, how many list elements we wanted, those many list elements we can write it for our program. Under this, here, see item 1, 2, 3, any number you can write. Here, these all items all comes under here ordered list. Item 1, 2, 3, I'm displaying here. This is what here ordered list. So we have two categories of tags. We have one is unordered list, block element, and ordered list is also a block element. Ordered list, unordered list. Both are comes under block elements for our program. Okay, so up to mark you tag, I already covered for few students. So last week I started batch. For them, I completed mark you tag up to mark you tag. So I have revised for Ismail and Taslima. For both sake, I revised these all till now. This ordered list onwards, this is today's topic. Up to now, what I covered here, this is I already covered for few students who already came for demo. Okay. And, here now I'm continuing this order list. And every day class, every day drive, every class, everyday class, everyday programs, everyday class related programs, everything. I love my recordings in the daily. You can use my here. So once registration completed, I'll give you this mail address with you. So you can contact me through mail. So by that I can explain your doubts in the mail or in the class itself. So by that you can clarify your subject. You can ask all your questions in the class itself, or you can ask me through mail. So I'll share my mail address with the students. See, generally students will join to my class through this mail address. Okay. Here, I think he's not in this list. He's unable to join. Okay. Here, let me share, I think Varma mail ID I have. Okay. Here, generally, students will ask their questions, their related doubts in the mail address. And you will get my drive access. In that drive, I'll upload in the documents folder. You will get my class document. Here, all total document, you can get it. Here, all doc folder will be with you. So in that doc folder, I'll upload HTML4 documents and my course content. Here in the paint window, whatever class I have completed till now, so those all paint files, I'll upload it in the paint window. Programs, everyday class related programs, I'll upload it in the programs folder. See, up to now, how many programs we completed, all I uploaded up to mark you tag. Next, here recordings, everyday class recordings, I'll upload it here in the recordings folder. Like this, I'll continue my classes. Okay. Here in VS Code, I'll write my program. I'll execute my program through browser. Any browser, whatever browser is installed in your system, with that browser, you can execute your program. Here, in this time, we are learning here programs, paint files, and all. Next, here, next one here, how to write our fourth program. Fourth program here, it is list.html. Fourth program is on list.html. Here it is about all the list. Here only you can find doc type, HTML, and followed by body. Under this hand, you can see that here title. Here it is list example is the title. Here in the body tag, you can write unordered list. Here unordered list. Under this li for list. Here li ul you can use it. Here ul. Here ul for unordered list and li for list elements. Item 1, 2, 3 I can write it. See here item 2, item 3 I can write it. Then this is OL tag. Here it is list element. You can see that here item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4 like this I can write. Here it is item 2, item 3. Okay. Here it is for H1. This is for ordered list. First one is for unordered list. Second one is for first one unordered, second one ordered list. Okay. Here now if you run this program, right click, run it with live server. See, basically ordered list will be displayed with the bullet symbol. Unordered list will be displayed with 1, 2, 3. See, unordered list and ordered list. So both you can use it. Unordered list here, that list elements, whatever we have here, all will be displayed with a circle. Here, ordered list, if you write it here, the list of ordered list. Okay. Okay, why you are leaving, Darshan? I'm continuing with new syllabus only. Every day it is 8:30 to 9:30 only. Running notes, everything I'm writing in the paint window only. And document is available in the doc folder. Ismail. Here, this one, here it is. List elements I'm writing here. List elements are here. UL tag, item 1, item 2, item 3 I'm writing. Ordered list. Here 1, 2, 3 items I'm writing. Here it is displaying all items with 1, 2, 3. Here it is displaying all items with the bullet symbol. Here it is unordered list. This is what here ordered list. So now if you execute your program here, that ordered list or unordered list, whatever we are writing here, that you can display for our program. In this time, here I'm able to display that ordered list and unordered list for my program. In this time, here H1 to H6 all comes under headings for our program. Here H1 just for one heading, and list element by default it is showing with the disk. If you write it here, this UL tag will be displayed here. Here UL tag, the type equal to, here itself, type equal to circle. So by this, that list elements will be displayed with the circle. Here only you can see that UL tag, then type equal to, here itself, square. Type equal to circle, type equal to square. You can use. Here only you can write it here, UL tag, then type equal to disk. So circle, disk, square. These are UL tag types. Then OL tag I'm writing here. OL tag. Here itself OL tag. This OL tag type here it is with 1, 2, 3 small ABCs. Here this OL tag only we are writing with a capital small ABCs. Here this OL tag only we can write it with smaller Roman numbers. Here OL tag only we can write it with capital numbers. These all allowed. And along with that, if you want to write any 1, 2, 3, you can write type equal to 1. Other than this, if you want to write Roman numbers, Chinese numbers, Japanese numbers, if you want to write, that one also you can write it here by writing list style property. Here by using list style property, with that you can display here the list elements. You can write it with list style type is the CSS property. With that you can write Japanese number, Korean number, Kannada numbers, Karnataka numbers, all you can write it. Okay, here control yes, save. Then list styles I'm writing like this. Here list style type, list style. Here list style type, list style. Here list style is one property. With that you can display your item will be like this. Here if you right click inspect element on this, here now you can see that here that list style properties are here. Here UL tag, if you check it here, list style type is disk. By default UL tag list elements will be list style type is disk. Here if you write it here list style type, that list style type will be here with a circle with a square. Here list style is one property. With that how to display that list style property you can check. Here we are using here list style is one property. With that how to display that list style, circle, disk, square, those all you can check. Here circle, all list styles will be with a circle. Here if you go for the squares, all list styles will be with a square. Here all list styles will be with a disk. See here list style types properties here. This is without any list style, with a circle, with a square, with a disk. See here UL tag, circle, square, disk. Then OL tag, here by default the list style property is decimal. Then capital upper alpha, lower alpha, lower Roman numbers, upper Roman numbers, and decimal. See here that UL tags are here, OL tags are OL by default decimal. If you write it 1, it is decimal. List style type is decimal. Upper alpha, lower alpha, upper Roman, lower Roman, lower Roman, upper Roman, and decimal. These all allowed for UL. And if you write the sublist elements here, sublist elements. Under main list element, if you write it here, sublist element, how the item will be displayed, check it. Here, I'm writing one more UL. Under this LI, I'm writing here 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, like this you can write. See here, main list elements by default it will be with a disk. Sublist elements here with a circle. Main list elements all are with a disk, sublist elements with a circle. So this way you can display your output by ordered list. Ordered and ordered list, two types of list elements you can display for our program. This way only we can execute our output. Up to now what I have covered here, this is totally about the list style properties. List properties. So for Ismail and Taslim, for you today only introduction, today only 4 programs. For remaining students, it is regular. Only one program I covered, that is list.html. Remaining all old programs only. And Taslim and Ismail, tomorrow link will change. Class starts at 8:30 p.m. My class starts at 8:30 p.m. A link will change. So before coming to tomorrow's class, complete your registration. Tomorrow's class timing will be 8:30 and the link will change. So contact organizer, their organizer number, DURGASOFT organizer number, they shared in the chat window. So check that chat window and contact them and find the tomorrow's class link and try to get my drive access. From there, complete your registration, try to get the drive access. Further, we'll continue daily. Then fifth program, sixth program, like that, continuous, we'll continue every day. Tomorrow onwards, it will be 8:30 to 9:30. I'll continue your class. Yes. Any doubts up to now? Unmute and ask your questions, please. Any doubts? Taslim, Ismail, Vishnu. Yes. Yes, any doubts? Taslim, Ismail, Vishnu, any doubts?
No, ma'am.
No? Okay. So we'll meet tomorrow in the new link for the continuation of syllabus. So before coming to tomorrow's class, complete your registration and try to get that drive access. That's it
Okay,
for.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.